All right, Ms. Sivigny.
First of all, let me say that I strongly believe that we need to do something with the Career and Tech Center, so please don't misunderstand any of my following statements. In that I couldn't feel more strongly that this needs to be part of the comprehensive plan for the county, and I think that it all needs to be done together. And so I feel like the way that this is being talked about and being expedited, that it's kind of forcing the Board of Ed into making Career and Tech our #1. I feel like the way that this is being talked about and being expedited, that it's kind of forcing the Board of Ed into making Career and Tech our #1 priority. And I'm not sure that we've all agreed that Career and Tech is our #1 priority. I know that some of us feel very strongly about it, but can we put it in the context of the priorities of all of our priorities for the Board of Ed? I think there was some information that came to light at the feasibility study where, we were talking about 300+ positions of students not being able to get in. We realized, well, a lot of those were actually students that aren't qualified. There are internship positions that aren't available, that it was really 140 students, and then Mr. Guthrie, you said recent numbers are actually down to 70-ish. So I hesitate.
I just qualify, that includes those students who didn't get their first preference but are in another shop area.
Right, right. So I hesitate to rush headlong into a $60 million project without understanding how it fits into the grand scheme of things and fulfilling all of our priorities, because with the $60 million expenditure, we do have if the state kicks in 50%, that means, $3 million of annual debt service after that, and we're staring down a $9 million budget gap next year. What does that mean for if we jump into this project? What does that mean for the rest of the budget and our priorities for next year? So I really feel like it all needs to be part of the comprehensive plan. All that being said, I like the idea of the planning committee, like getting it started a little bit sooner. I don't necessarily want to wait and do everything in 20, but if there's a way to start it a little bit, because with the students in the waiting list, you've pretty much assured us that we can't get those kids in a classroom by this coming September. It's just physically impossible. And I think that that's a key thing to understand as well. I mean, if that were possible, maybe we'd be willing to jump at sort of the $5 million staging versus the rest, but if there's a way that we could do it as a 19, I like your planning idea, because I think it expedites it just a little bit, but it doesn't preempt the comprehensive plan that we're going to try to put together.
Right.